Hi, today I want to talk to our adult leaders for youth ministry and also to all of our parents of teens here at Transfiguration. You know, I've been thinking a lot about how we can make this year in youth ministry the best that it can possibly be for our young people, given these crazy circumstances that we are dealing with right now. How can we safely meet in person? How can we make sure that our teens feel connected to God and to the church, even when they're not able to gather in person on our campus? So I've been doing a lot of prayer and a lot of research, and signs are all pointing out the same reality. And that is that our young people right now feel more disconnected and more lonely than any other generation right now. There's this survey that was done recently called Belonging, and it said not only are they the loneliest generation, but many of them feel like they don't have any caring adults that they can talk to. So there's that. A year or so ago, Pope Francis did he asked all the young people from the church all around the world to tell him what they needed from him, from the church. And one of the most important findings was that young people are looking for adults in the church who care about them and can mentor them without judgment, and who can walk that journey of faith with them and support them as they grow. Sticky Faith, this is another resource that says the same thing, that one of the most important things we can do for our young church is to make sure that every young person has 5 adults who know their name, who care about them, and who they consider a trusted adult. So I've been thinking about all this, and I've been thinking about how difficult it was when we were in lockdown to stay connected to so many of the young people in our parish. Just impossible. Even if people were showing up to Zoom meetings, you feel like you can't really talk to them personally, see what's going on with them, look them in the eyes, you know. So all of this is leading me to the conclusion that what we are being called to do in youth ministry right now at this moment is to build a web of belonging and love around our young people, so that they know that the church is a safe place for them to grow and to be themselves, a place where they belong. So given all the constraints because of physical distancing and other requirements we're going to have due to the coronavirus, it's been a little tricky to think about what our youth group and our confirmation program are going to look like this year. We will not be able to gather 100 people upstairs in the Ed building for confirmation nights like we usually do. So what I'm proposing for this year is this. This is what I would like your buy-in, your feedback, and your prayers for. We will be moving for grades 6 through 12 into a monthly model. So, at this monthly meeting, there'll be a combination of some large group presentations and then a focus on small group conversations. All right, so this is going to be for everybody in grades 6 through 12. We will not meet in the Ed Center. We will meet in the church because it is the largest, most open space. It's already got the pews roped off so we can be safely distanced from each other. And I'll offer the same program on multiple nights, so we won't have everybody coming at once. You'll pick the night that you want to come. The small groups are going to be really important. At these monthly meetings, we will not be covering the topics that are required for confirmation. We're going to be focusing on living your faith in an anxious world. That's the curriculum we're going to be using, and it's a really, really excellent resource that will help our teens realize, how did Jesus deal with anxiety, and what does my faith mean in my life right now, especially given all the worries that our young people and the rest of us too are carrying right now. So it's going to be very much about applying faith to your real life, and how God is working in your real life right now. That's going to be what we do on our gathered evenings. And then on the off weeks, the small groups are going to be able to continue to be in contact. We'll be using the app Remind, which is a great tool that allows for group chats. So we'll be setting up every young person in a group chat with 2 adult leaders and I'm hoping 2 older peer leaders, teenagers, who can help shepherd our younger kids through the year. Remind is great because it's compliant with our safe environment policies. No personal phone numbers are shared. It's just you get the text messages on your phone, but nobody knows your actual number. So it creates good boundaries and a safe place for people to share. So on the off weeks, the adult and peer leaders will be continuing to have conversations with our young people via the group chat. I'm going to be putting a lot more of our stuff up online. One of the things we're going to be doing is creating a prayer playlist every month for our young people. It's going to be kind of a choose your own adventure. It'll be on our website, but there'll be different videos, prayer prompts, and activities that you can do to find time to be close to God in your everyday life when you're not coming to meetings at the church. And we'll be doing a lot more with our transfig.youth Instagram page and our Facebook page as well. So we're really trying to bring the church to where our young people are, which is a lot of the time on their phones. So those are our goals for this year. Oh, and one word about confirmation. We will be covering those topics for those of you who have kids in grades 8 and 9 this year. The required topics we're going to cover them in a Google form. So it'll be a very simple, a thing they can do online, and it'll be a mix of videos, reflection questions where they can type their answers in, and we'll be covering the topics that way. All right, so more about confirmation on another day. But today I really just wanted to talk to everyone about just this model and how I am really, really praying that God is going to send me enough adult leaders to make this model work, because what I learned in the lockdown is that I cannot be personally present to every young person in our church all the time. I need to share this mantle and get some more people on the team who can walk with our young people in a real and meaningful way. One more word about the high school group. Just because we're doing this small group model once a month in the church does not mean this is going to be the only thing we're doing. I'm hoping to continue to have some Tuesday nights for the senior high kids, the older kids who really loved coming to the youth room. Not sure the youth room is going to be a big enough space for us this year, but more information on that coming. So this isn't going to totally replace the senior high youth group, but definitely one week a month we'll be doing small group night for everybody instead. And I'll really need all of our older teens to jump on board and be in a small group too if we're going to make this work. So what I'm asking for you all to think about right now is just to take some time this week and pray if God could be calling you to shepherd a group of 8 or so teenagers for this year. The time commitment would be one evening a month, and then, just staying in touch on your phone during the off weeks, just being with them in that virtual space so that they know that they're not alone. And we'll be doing some training meetings too later in August and September. So I hope I've given you a little bit to think about. Would you please pray for me and for everyone on our youth ministry team as we take this leap into a very uncertain year? Help us to pray that God will just be with us and help us to carry our young people to walk with them this year and all the time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.